You are a success story when you're capable of overcoming your fears, when you're capable of overcoming your limitations, when you're capable of understanding that you are limitless. You just are setting limits for yourself, which most of the time lead you to feel disappointed or less when you should not. Simply because when you are indeed, in essence, capable of doing anything that you put your mind to and work for and towards, the only thing that stands between you and the end goal is your commitment to being boundless, to being limitless. Now, there are some very amazing technologies that you can actually adopt. By technology, I mean, I would say sets of rituals, habits that can lead you to seeing through what it is that you want to see happening. So, for example, one guy that is amazing at doing that is this gentleman here, who, for me, I mean, look, just go check him out. You know, it's just worth your time. It's worth your energy. Is just an amazing man whom I am checking out literally every day almost. You know, it's like the guy's a genius. Like, check it out. You know, Dr. Joe Dispenza, right? And his whole thing is about that. It's about, like, you know, figuring out what is inside you that you always fall back. That always leads you to fall back to the negative habits that you've built for yourself, and that became beliefs, and that became actual part of your system, but it shouldn't be, right? So this really feels like ultimately the type of solutions you want to go for. I urge you to go and check him out on YouTube, Dr. Joe Dispenza. There's a couple of other guys, of course, but you know, this is whom I would actually advise you to go check out, to really look into the technology that you can, you know, adapt and add to your routine and to your everyday life. I mean, I'm checking out his videos on YouTube. He's got like 2-hour long videos, 1-hour long interviews with other guys, talking about like the beautiful technology that is you, the beautiful human that is you. And I think that this is what we all need. Look, the power of the mind is something so amazing. I'll share with you something, and I'm so, you know why Joe Dispenza resonates so much with me is because I very quickly realized the power of my mind when I was a kid, and up until I became an adult, where I realized that, talking about weight, and I love that topic because it's such an important topic, by the way. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm feeling very comfortable, but I do know what I need to work on, where I need to enhance what needs to be enhanced. That doesn't mean that I'm not comfortable in my skin. It's just that I'm aware of the things that I need to tweak and adjust. But I'm doing it at my own pace, at my own time, in my own ways. I don't feel shitty at myself. I don't, like, you know, no. As long I'm treating myself with the utmost care, love, and respect, which is the number one source of energy that you need to take draw strength from. You see, when you realize that you are what you think. At a young age, I read this book by this gentleman by the name of Dr. I believe Edgar Murphy, which was called The Infinite Power of the Subconscious Mind. I was 17 years old. That book changed my life. changed my life. There was 2 books. That one and a book by Shogyan Trungpa Rinpoche, The Crazy Wisdom. Let me show. I don't know if you can find it maybe here. There's also a couple of videos of Shogyan Trungpa Rinpoche and Krishnamurti on YouTube. Amazing conversations, like those guys, thinkers, next level. Basically, to my point, I became aware that if I was able to create my reality, then I said, well, how about I think very, very strongly about losing weight, and that I would tell my body to remove the toxins and to remove whatever it doesn't need. Obviously, I would help my body, my system, my whole being by obviously adapting the way I would consume what I would consume. But I would actually ask my whole being to tell me what is good, what is not good for me, and also set in motion a series of automatism within me that will allow me to have a healthy physique. I remember when I came to Belgium for the first time, it was in 2000, from Central African Republic, to live and study. I was going to study at Lycée Français of Brussels. There was this girl that I was in love with. She was everybody wanted to date this girl. And I looked at myself, and I was just turning 18, and so I said, okay. The first year I came, so I was really, really in love with her, man, and I was old school, so I was kind of like, oh, would you like to, I come from the school, the era where you would ask a girl if she would want to go out and if you guys could date, and if she said no, then you'd be ashamed because they would make fun of you or whatever. But anyway, so first year, trying to make things happen, but still being friends, but clearly making it known that I like you a little bit more than just being a friend. Anyway, that year ends. I go back to Central African Republic for vacation, and I come back, man, and I don't know what happened to me. I just lost. I mean, I do know. I just wanted to change completely, become just a fully different version of me. And an upgraded version of me, in other words. And man, man, you're not ready. I had lost. I think that's the skinniest. Well, aside from when I was really, really from when I was a child, but it was interesting because I wouldn't know. I don't even remember what was my weight, but I was really skinny. I mean, I was really skinny. So I realized that, okay, my body, created that because I wanted to, obviously, I wanted her to look at me differently. Not that she didn't feel like I was, not like I felt like she didn't like me, but I wanted her to like me more. And I wanted her to see that I was capable of doing that effort, right? First day at school, she looked at me, and all the girls, and that was already kind of remarkable, I won't lie. I had my big fro, everybody was like, oh, damn, he's you back, what up? I was kind of like the cool kid. But I was very cool, but I was very much to myself, and I was cool with everybody. I never wanted to be part of any clans, of any crew, or anything like that. And so she looks at me, and I could see in her eyes something had changed, and she was impressed. And I was like, okay, cool. I like that. Anyway, long story short, it ended up breaking up my heart. We ended up breaking up after a couple of months. We ended up, we did go out together. We dated for about maybe, I don't know, 5-6 months, not even. And then she broke up with me, and I was shattered. And in the meantime, I was not really doing too good because I had studied all my life. I was being homeschooled pretty much all my upbringing. So even though I was very mature, extremely mature for my age, and very much in advance for a lot of things, I was just not skilled enough for um, the school system, the way it was built. Right, it wasn't necessarily built for me. And so for somebody like me and with my kind of like, you know, experience, so it led me to fail. You know, my baccalaureate, as we say in French, was an average of six. We say yeah. In French we call it six de moyenne. So it was ridiculous. I mean, that's the type of thing that everybody laughs at you. And that was one of the times when my father, who also didn't have his baccalaureate, looked at me and said, "Son, all right." Because after that, I really became very depressed. It was really, really, really bad. I felt really less than what I really felt less than what I was, and that I had failed my parents, etc. And so, yeah. And my father was like, "Look, I never had my baccalaureate, so look at what I managed to do in my life. Successful man, you can do it, okay? But this means that now you're entering a completely different world. Daddy, mommy, and stuff. Yeah, I've always made sure that you were responsible, but now even more so." And yeah. And I realized with the years, I was like, oh God, I wish the type of schooling that exists nowadays for kids that are not necessarily meant for like the typical, system existed at my time. Because I realized through the years, like for example, I loved economy, but I didn't find within the system and how it was taught, I didn't understand it. But something in me understood it, but I just didn't understand it intellectually. And look, as a grown man, I'm starting to learn and educate myself on all these things for the past, I would say, for the past 5 to 6 years, I have to say, but even more so for the past year and a half. Yes, I definitely dived into it, into my own education. And I think that, we are told so often and so quickly and so easily by others that we are failures, we are this, we are that, when we are kids, or not just kids, but adolescent, whatever the case may be, or even as grown adults, your boss, anyone, you're not good at this. Who the fuck are you to tell me what I'm good at or not? I might not be excellent at one specific thing, but it's very interesting how people use that as a way to then depict that as being part of your character and reduce you to that limitation. And I do put limitation between brackets because either that person has not understood how to get you to understand that message in the right way with the right pedagogical approach, or it is just not meant for you and you're forcing things because it's not meant for you at all, or you're just not ready for it right now. You see, this very important distinction. And this idea of limiting people to one specific situation or limitation, again, is what leads the society that we have to be what it is. Everybody have an open mic now. You can literally shout your filth, all your knowledge, all your positive energy out there without having any understanding that when you have a microphone, right, in your hands and the speakers out there blowing out your voice, because everybody has a voice now, you have a responsibility that you need to be held accountable for, but nobody is accountable for anything. Oh, Mike Phoenix, thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey, big things are going. Appreciate the love, yo. Really appreciate the support. Moto Music, thank you very much for tuning in. Master Electronic, thank you very much to all the Shadow Gang and Buddhists I appreciate your presence here for this Monday Quality Talks number 18. You see? And so, before I jump into continue into that, I want to show you guys this link. Very important. Get this book if you haven't read it yet. It changed my life. It literally changed my life as a kid. Refresh. C'est fait. All right, check this out. The Crazy Wisdom. This one here, yo, this is the guy. Shogyan Trungpa Rinpoche. Get the book. Get the book. ASAP. Take your time. Write down the title. I'm about to take it off in a minute. You must have it. This is part of your collection. There's a couple of that he wrote that are just absolutely remarkable. That book, I read it, I was 15 years old. Changed my existence. Changed my existence. Oh, Papa K, Tatiana. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, man. This book changed my whole existence. Man, you're not even ready. The vocabulary, the construction of phrases, etc., is so refined, so profound. Yeah, it's crazy. So, limitations are usually induced in us as a ricochet effect of what we want others to believe, see of us, or observe of us when we are trying to be pleasant to them. And a lot of the time we get lost. We get lost in these considerations. We get lost in these approaches of, well, in these intentions of us to try to fit in. Because you see, I am not interested to fit into anything. I'm very happy in being who I am, and I've worked on being that now as a result of interacting and being surrounded by people that help me enforce and reinforce my trust in self. Capella, c'est comment, frangin? Merci beaucoup. Ça fait plaisir de te voir. So you see, I know it's not easy to own who you are. It is not easy to see yourself in the mirror and see the shit that no one else sees about you. See the things the cracks that only you know very well how to hide. But you see, it is necessary to stay honest with yourself at all times. You know why? Because bullshit does backfire. There comes a time where you're met by your own reality. You feel me? There's a song by Guru from Jazz Mataz, Moment of Truth. Check it out. Every woman and man have their moments of truth. There's not a moment, there's moments of truth in life. And it is what you do with these moments that will lead you to go beyond the feelings of frustration created by the fact that things didn't go the way you wanted them to go in the first place. It's your capacity to see beyond the situation. All of us right now, we are going through some serious challenging times. All of us. I don't care if you're a millionaire, a billionaire, or a broke ass, or whatever the case may be. We are all in the same boat. We may not have all the same resources as we are dealing with these very, very tormented waters, but we are all in them.